of the Cozy Moth Knits podcast. My name is Caitlin, and this is a podcast dedicated to my knitting adventures and the journey I take along the way in developing my craft and learning new things. And I learn a lot of things from you guys, my viewers, my followers. I need to come up with a name for you guys. Maybe one day, maybe if I make it big on YouTube, like I'll have a name for my followers. But yeah, anyway, this is the Cozy Moth Knits podcast. I come to you from a very beautiful day in Delaware. I think last episode it was miserable, but now today it is absolutely gorgeous. I would have my windows open right now, but when I open the windows, my little one, May, she's my dog, not my child. My little dog, May, gets really rambunctious and is constantly barking at every little noise that's being made outside. I mean, she does that anyway, but it's heightened when the window's open because she can hear more. Everyone's out and about, enjoying the beautiful weather. But yeah, so I would have my windows open, but to try to minimize noise from my little dog, I'm keeping them closed for right now. I'm coming to you also from a different location. I'm normally upstairs in my knitting room, which is literally right above me right here. Or my knitting room / guest bedroom / room of requirement. But I thought I would change it up a little. I recently, or in the last couple months, redecorated my living room, which is where I'm in right now, and I try to spend, if you redo a room in your house or paint a room in your house or something, and you just want to spend all your time in there, and this is where I spend most of my time. I normally spend my time on the other end of this couch. It's kind of like an L-shaped couch. On that corner, that's my spot, and that's where I normally knit. And there's a TV right there, and a lot of TV knitting in this house. But yeah, so again, coming to you from Delaware, northern Delaware. Beautiful, gorgeous day. It's been a crazy couple weeks. I feel like that's a new theme that I come to you at the beginning of every podcast. Guys, it's been a week, or been the past couple weeks, a fortnight, if you will. I don't know. I thought things couldn't get any more chaotic, my last episode. But this week especially has been chaotic, unexpectedly, of course. Yeah, some stuff that I can't control most of the time. One of them being this one. This is Blue, our greyhound. This is normally her spot. She takes up most of the couch. The majority of the couch is hers, and I have my little square on that corner. And then the rest is, yeah. But, yeah, so this one we had to take to the vet. Nothing too crazy, just some doggy issues. She has to take antibiotics now for a little bit, so we'll see how that goes with her. That was, the vet's about 40 minutes from us, so a lot of riding around with Blue, and then having to go back up to the vet today, just to drop off some stuff. And then on top of that, yesterday was another beautiful day. So I was I'm going to take advantage of a beautiful day, and I'm going to treat my husband, who's been working so hard, because in his profession and his job, this time of the year is the busiest between normally November and May. They're very, very, very busy. So I was I'm going to treat my husband, and we're going to drive 40 minutes. It's between half an hour and 40 minutes from where we live now in Delaware, over the border into Maryland, and I'm gonna treat him to some Sonic milkshakes, Sonic the fast food place. So I got him some milkshakes. We got a couple hot dogs. I totally broke my gluten-free diet, and I felt that, and I'm still feeling that. But I did it for the love of my husband. So we went out, got milkshakes. We were enjoying our time, lovely time. And after we get our food, I go to roll up my window in my car, and it rolls up about a fourth of the way. It sounds a little bit scrapey getting up there, and then it goes back down. And I'm like, that's not good. So I keep trying again, and like I'm like telling Phil, my husband, to hold on it to, like, you know, this power window. Go up on the power window, and I'm gonna try to pull and push it, and nothing was happening. And so when we got home, I had to tape up my little Beetle. I drive a Volkswagen Beetle, so I had to put like you know, trash can linings on there, like, so that, because it wasn't rolling up and it was supposed to rain or drizzle a little bit. So one, to keep the rain out, and two, to maybe keep people from just reaching in and grabbing something, or to hotwire my car and roll away. Maybe people wouldn't want to roll away with a car that has a broken window. So I dropped it off at the auto body shop today. I suspect it's that the motor cracked out for the power window, so it's always something. Just when, like, you know, like I told you guys last episode, I'm doing like a spending halt, like I'm holding off on spending on anything that I don't need, like I'm trying to work towards like cutting back on some debts, like, you know, trying to be better. Like, you know, I had those intentions. I did pretty well in 2020, but I was good in this aspect of it, but on the other end suffered, you know, trying to like fix it, you know, try not to feel stuck. And then, you know, I get some of that taken care of, like, okay, step 1 or step 3 or whatever is done. Like, okay, now never going back. And now, like, I'll probably have to put this repair on the credit card because I don't have savings, because I'm a millennial. Not that all millennials don't have savings, but, you know, the stereotype. I fit the stereotype. So it's just been a week. It's been a week. So today I bought myself some cheese and wine and a gluten-free cheesecake. I'm gonna treat myself tonight after I'm done filming this and cleaning up the house a little bit. I'm gonna treat myself. It was a much needed treat for myself, I think. But yeah, so that's what's going on in my life. And there goes May. Someone came home, or someone's walking. And in addition to hearing May, you might hear, I live in a townhouse, so in a development, so there's people who live behind us. Behind us, they have 2 Pomeranians, which, you know, they're cute, they're adorable, but they bark at everything. Like, only 2 of them, it sounds like 4 or 5. So, and because it's a beautiful day, they have all their windows and doors open, and they go out on their deck, and they, you know, it's their house, they can do whatever they want with it, but sometimes it's like, oh boy, here come the Pomeranians. But yeah, so yeah, we'll see. So you might hear some barking, I'm sorry. We have a sleepy dog here, very, very sleepy. You gonna show your face? You gonna say hello? She said, Mom, why must you do this? There you go. So, all right, I'm gonna get into some knitting today. So, like last episode, I don't have any finished objects for you today. I had all the intentions, but, you know, as I mentioned in my previous episode, oh my, how dare they take a walk outside? How dare they? How dare they go for a walk? Oh, a sweet little family. But anyway, how dare they go for a walk? But like I mentioned in my previous episode, I had just been not doing very well mentally, and I thought things were gonna get better, and they didn't. The following week wasn't very good for me either. So, and I had like no motivation to knit, and I barely touched my knitting the past 2 weeks. Or my projects. May. Can you hear them? They're so funny. But and like when I talked about them earlier, I wasn't like being like, oh, how dare those dogs bark. I was just, you know, they're dogs, they're gonna bark. You know, this one barks, so I don't blame them. So I guess we'll get started on things I've been working on. So first is the Montrealer sweater for my husband, Phil. And I'm almost done. The body is long. It's very long. But yeah, we are getting there. Last time I showed you guys, I was up to this Progress Keeper. It's Progress Keeper by my friend Tracy of Grizzly Knits. And then I have two other Progress Keepers because this is where a pocket's gonna go. This one, I can't remember the name, but I've mentioned them in a podcast in the past, but I'll put their name on the screen. It has a little moth, of course. I'm trying to get it up to you. It's very, very cute. And then to go with the theme, my friend Holly Beth gifted me this Progress Keeper as well. And I'll put her Instagram name on the screen as well. Really cute little, she gifted this to me. She had sent me a couple things, and this was just a little extra. Very sweet. But yeah, like there's where those two stitch mark or those two Progress Keepers are, is going to be a pocket because it's like a hoodie style sweater. So what you're supposed to do is that you finish the body, and I think I'm like 15 rows away from finishing the body. You finish the body, and then you pick up stitches between here and here, and then you make the pocket, and then you connect it to the ribbing at the bottom. So I'm like really second guessing the length of this because I don't know, like it's the larger size, but they only have you measure from here on the men, like in the chest. And I don't know, like I haven't compared it to any other Phil's sweaters, but for those of you who don't know, or if you couldn't tell in like the little episode that I had of him on during my Vlogmas episodes, that my husband is a little bit shorter. My husband is 6 inches shorter than me. So it might be a little long on him, but also I had to think about like men's sweaters, like obviously there's no such thing as a cropped, I mean like there is, but like normally men's sweaters aren't cropped. So maybe like this will be okay. And like, you know what, he has a hoodie over there. So let me compare the two. Excuse me. So this is a sweater that he has. I mean, I guess it is kind of long now that I think about it. Maybe. Let's look. We're working this out together, guys. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little long, but it is what it is. Because the size of the pocket is determined, but you know what, maybe it'll be okay because it starts up here and works its way down. Like it shouldn't be, I don't know, I might have to make a modification because yeah, I feel like it might be a little too long on him. I don't want it to be bunchy, like I don't like that style, that look. So yeah, maybe I'll just stop it here and just make a smaller pocket maybe. Or yeah, I haven't touched it in a few days because I've been mulling it over, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with this. But yeah, part of me thinks like, okay, I'm almost done, but I'm not because I have the pocket, the sleeves, the ribbing for the bottom, and the hood. So I don't think he's gonna be able to wear this in the spring, or at least he won't be able to wear this until September or something. But yeah, that's where we are with the Montrealer sweater. I moved it from, I had it in my ritual dyes bag, and I moved it to a bag that my sister designed. It has stuff in it. Let me take it out. It is those of you who are familiar with the Disney movie Ratatouille, the Pixar movie. This is a little sign that hung up at the end of the movie. And my sister drew that, and you can buy it from her on Redbubble. So I'll definitely put her shop up in the description. And this is like one of my little favorite tote bags. I take it to the grocery store with me. It's multifaceted, it's versatile. I love it. And it's so cute. In Delaware, they got rid of, they're finding ways to get around it. But single-use plastic bags at grocery stores. So, you know, I had all these tote bags, and now I'm definitely, you know, starting to use them more often, but I love it. I think it's very cute. So that's whip number 1. Whip number 2 is my Cozy Classic Raglan, which, again, not hardly touched since the last time I saw you guys. It's a little stitch marker from my friend Lindsay. That's where I was last time I filmed. So yeah, it's slowly getting there. I still love it. It's very, very pretty. It'll be a lovely late spring or mid-spring maybe. Definitely a winter sweater. The colors. I think it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, it's just fun. And I like how the color is marbling. Yeah, I like how it's coming out. Yeah, like I'm satisfied with it, I think. Yeah, because I remember last time I made a sweater, and it had a stripy color work, and I noticed while on camera, I was like, oh, I don't like how that's turning out, but I'm liking it. I think it's good. It's still fun and it's funky. Yeah, I'm just at the point where I'm just knitting around and around and around and around. And I don't mind it. I like it. It's something mindless to do. I'll probably be working on this during my my next virtual knit along, which is, I'm filming this on Friday, so it'll be tomorrow. So for you, if you're watching this the day it comes out, it would have been yesterday. And if you want to keep up on my my virtual knit alongs and things that I'm doing with you guys, follow me on Instagram at the Cozy Moth Knits, and that's where I post the most. I'm the most active, and I keep you guys updated with stuff like that. So give me a follow over there. We're close to hitting 700 followers, so get me to 700, guys. That'd be nice. Not that numbers matter, because they don't, but you know how it goes. So yeah, and I think the color will work well with my skin tone too, maybe. We shall see. But yeah, I'm liking it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. My last Cozy Classic Raglan was cropped. I don't think I'm gonna make it as cropped. I think I'm gonna add maybe an inch or two to the length. Cause like I find myself tugging down at the sweater, which I mean, like the length is fine, but like self-consciously I find myself tugging. So maybe it will just a little bit longer. I'll be fine. And I have plenty of yarn. This is still the first skein, like, and there's this much left. Wow. And I have 3 more skeins of this, so I'll be good. So yeah, it's work in progress. I have mohair all over my leggings. Work in progress number 2. And I have a third work in progress because I was getting tired of knitting sweaters. They're both in the body stage where it's just around and around and it's boring. Like, yeah, you get stuff done, you don't have to focus on it. Like, you can turn on the TV, you can talk to people, whatever. But I was just like, I need something else to do. So this week I casted on a pair of socks that I'm actually gonna, that I'm actually making as a birthday present for someone who I'm pretty certain doesn't watch this, but I'm still not gonna say who it is. But yeah, these are the Margot socks by, And I'm so sorry. It's the one name I forgot to write down. I have it. You know me, I'm horrible with names. And I just heard it literally. These are the Margot socks by Abby Brown, also known as Cozy Crafting on Instagram. So I'm in that awkward stage where the heel is finished, or the heel flap is finished. Now I'm just doing the gusset, right? Yeah, the gusset. I did the heel flap and the heel turn, and I just started on the gusset. So it's in that awkward, like, gapey stage. It's like weird. But yeah, so I like just finished the heel flap and turn today. Here's what we got so far, and I'm really digging it. I'm really, really liking it. And this pattern, this color work, and I know I said in the past I'm done with color work, like I'm over it. But I saw this, I was like, ooh, I have to. But yeah, I saw these all over Instagram, and they're just so gorgeous. Both, I saw both on Abby's Instagram, she's the one who created the pattern, again, gorgeous, and Sierra of Tink and Bobble, the Tink and Bobble podcast. She test knitted these, and she was talking about them on her latest podcast, which I recommend. I think you guys would enjoy her. She's very sweet, very real. She said she just started learning. She just learned how to knit in October, and she's already doing awesome stuff. So anyway, but yeah, I saw these, and I immediately thought of the person I'm gifting these to, and I know they're gonna love them. And these are a birthday present. Their birthday's in April, so I hope they love them. And I know by the next episode I'll have them done, because this is just going so quickly. This pattern is to die for, and it really it's fun. Like, it keeps me interested. Like, it's easy enough that, like, once you get like 1 or 2 repeats of the pattern, you can, you know, you like got the rest of it. But like, it changes up so often that it keeps you interested, you know. So yeah, it's great. I love it so much, and yeah, I can't wait. Like, I'm just like, this is like my main project right now. I'm really loving it, and I couldn't stay away from socks forever. I know I said at the beginning of the year, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna focus more on garments, and I think now that I'm doing 2 garments at once, I'm like, I need something little. And like, if they were getting too big to carry around with me in public, so to have a nice little guy. You know, I'm a little guy. If you guys watch Portlandia, I think that was season 1. Fred Armisen plays this short guy. He's like,
you know, I'm a little guy. My hands are little, you know, my feet are small, my shoulders slope down. I'm a little guy.
It's another weird, like, inside joke that I have. But yeah, just a little guy to carry around in my little makeup bag, converted to a a sock project bag. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. And this is a yarn from my stash. I use this yarn when I got needles flying everywhere. When I made all those socks for my family for Christmas. And so these are left over from that. These are both the Schachenmeyer Premium Yak. I can't remember the names, I'm sorry. But there's a navy and a lilac. But yeah, I think it's fun. I love the Art Deco. I'm in love with these socks. And yeah, I know I'll definitely make another pair. Even that's like a gift. Like, they're so awesome. So yeah, that's my 3rd whip. So I have a couple more things I want to talk about because I feel like last episode, like I didn't talk about much, like especially knitting. I spent a lot of time talking about myself and not a whole lot about knitting because I just didn't have. I hope you're enjoying this, because this is blue 90% of the time. Just sleepy. But yeah, May will make an appearance. Come here. Show May. Come here. says no. Say hello. She says hello. Hello. It's my little one. My little May. My brother, he calls her Mimus. Because she, you know, you give your dog so many different names. Like, she's May, she's Moo Moo, she's Moo, she's Little One, and she's Mimus to my brother. But when she's like acting pitiful, she's like, oh, little Mimus, little Mimus. So, this is May. But yeah, alright, you can go do your thing. She's like, oh, like, she's so funny. She's so easy to snuggle, but she doesn't like snuggles. She's like, don't cling to me. She says, please don't, but this one loves all the attention. She loves all the snuggles. And though she's so bony. But May's like, no, please. Like, I only want to snuggle when I want to snuggle, like when she's sleepy. Like, she curls up to Phil or I, and to me or Phil, and, you know, just enjoys the warmth. But anyway, yeah, a couple things I want to talk about. I feel like I didn't talk about enough last podcast, and one of my followers, one of my lovely followers, she had commented on my Instagram post announcing the next episode. She's like, I don't mean to sound, you know, ungrateful, because I'm not. She's like, this episode was short and I wish there was more. And I appreciate that. And yeah, it was short. I just didn't have a lot to talk about. So maybe I'll give you guys something more to enjoy. Oh, and while I'm on the topic of that, I feel bad because, like, there's a lot of you guys that I've been interacting with for a while, whether it be in my comment section, both here on YouTube and on Instagram, or the DMs or whatever. And then I realized after talking with you for so long that I don't follow you back. And I'm sorry, and I don't want you to think like, well, like, now she's just following me? How long did it take her to follow? Like, no, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to. Like, automatically I'm like, oh, I'm engaging with them, that means I'm following them. Because I follow a lot of people, and not that you're not important, because you are, and like, I feel bad and I'm sorry when I'm like, oh, I wasn't already following them. Like, I feel so awful. So please, this is my message to you saying, I'm sorry, it's not my intention. I don't think I'm better than you, or I don't think that, like, oh, like, they're not worthy to follow. Like, I don't think that at all. Like, I love every single one of you, and yeah. And like, some people who follow me, like, their accounts are privated, or sometimes there's bots. Like, you know, like, that happens. So I just, yeah, anyway. I'm sorry about that, and I'm getting better at that. But please don't think that, like, you know, I was waiting to follow or whatever. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I hope I give you, anyway, I think that was definitely an example of giving you a lot of content, just me talking in circles. But the first thing I want to talk about was some happy mail that I received. Shortly after my last episode that I posted, you know, talking about how I was just down in the dumps. Very lovely Ashley of Paper Crane Yarns. She reached out to me and she said she wanted to send me a little gift, which I very much appreciated. And I love gifts. That's my love language. Like, if we're talking about the 5 love languages, gift giving and gift receiving is my love language, and I love it. And, you know, I'm not a materialistic person. It's just, you know, the thoughtful gifts, you know, like, you know, it doesn't have to be extravagant. But I received a gift from lovely Ashley of Paper Crane Yarns, and I wanted to show you what she sent me. So the first thing is a skein of her gorgeous yarn. This is called Wisteria. And look at how gorgeous. And I'm definitely picturing wisteria, the wisteria bushes and trees that I see around here from time to time. They're just, you know, spring is here when the wisteria has bloomed. And this is 80/20 merino nylon. And oh my goodness, I just can't stop looking at it. It's so beautiful. And I can't wait to make something out of it. Probably at least a pair of socks. So pretty, so gorgeous. And I'm really happy she gifted me this. But in addition to the yarn, she also gifted me a little project bag, and it's like the perfect size for a sock bag. Just so cute with little paper cranes on it, of course. They're just so, so beautiful. I love it. And then she included some satchels of tea, because you know, you gotta have the tea. We got jasmine green tea, we got orange spice, and we got vanilla chai. Lovely. And then some little paper cranes. Look how sweet. Oh, I love it. I used to be able to do origami, but like I couldn't make a paper crane. I like just couldn't do it for some reason. But oh, they're so lovely. But yeah, it's just such a fun, and I got this last night during the height of like all my stuff that I was dealing with the car and with this one and everything, and like this came at the perfect time. And thank you so much, Ashley. Just, it's amazing. I love it. I'll keep you guys posted on what I make with this, of course. Hey, so I never mentioned, or I never said at the end of me talking about paper crane yarns that, you know, obviously you need to go check them out. She makes beautiful, beautiful colorways, and then she has, you know, progress bags as well, or project bags, not progress, I'm sorry. So yes, definitely check her out. I'm gonna link her store down below and her Instagram. So yeah, give her a follow and support a small business. So that's my little Happy Mail segment. I never heard of the term Happy Mail until I started, you know, watching podcasts, and I thought it was such like a cute, like endearing little phrase, you know, Happy Mail, and because it's true, you know, it just makes you happy when you receive, you know, those little surprise gifts from someone, and yeah, I just love it. And in addition to phrases that I never really thought about until I started engaging with, you know, knitting content, is the phrase selfish knitting. And and that's something that like always like bothered is too strong of a word, but I was like, like really, like that's a thing, like selfish knitting. Like I feel like it puts the idea of knitting for yourself in a bad light, and it's supposed to make people feel bad for making things for themselves. Like I'd say with my knitting, it's or definitely at the beginning, like most of the stuff that I made was for myself. One, because I felt like I wasn't good enough at my craft, and I didn't want to give someone a subpar, you know, a gift, where like, I feel like now half of this, it's about half and half for me, you know, gifts versus stuff for myself. But I don't like the phrase selfish knitting, because it's not selfish. Maybe it's more of an act of self-love, you know. And like I was telling my husband, or just talking to him, how I like the idea of making my own clothes, and like wearing garments that I make, or like accessories that I make, and it gives me a good feeling. It's like, okay, like I worked so hard on this and now I'm using it. Or like in the past, I would make myself like a scarf or something, and one, I felt like it wasn't good enough to wear in public, and two, if it was good enough, I'd be afraid to wear it out just in case like I lost it or it got ruined or whatever. But now like my thoughts on that are changing, and I wanted to know what you guys thought about the idea of selfish knitting. Whether you take that to heart, and that affects whether or not you make, whether or not that affects how you make things for yourself, or you're like, okay, I never knit anything for myself, I only knit gifts for people, or if someone asks me to make them a hat, I'll make it for them, or whatever. Or if you're on the other end, saying like, I only knit things for myself, like, and people very close by to me. You know, or are you somewhere in the middle like I am, where, you know, you make a lot of stuff for people, but then you also make stuff for yourself, but you don't consider it selfish knitting, and that you don't like that phrase either. Yeah, I don't know like what else we would call it. I guess again, maybe taking the self part of it and saying like self-love knitting. Like, I don't know if someone else I'm sure this is talked about a lot. I think I know that Anushka of the Crimson Stitchery, I believe she's talked about that as well. But I don't remember if she ever came up with a different name for it, you know, having less of a negative connotation and it being more what's the word? More of a positive spin to it, like more of an encouraging way to say selfish knitting. What do you guys think? Do you have any ideas of what else to call it? I would like to hear what you have to say, of course. But yeah, that's just been something that's on my mind. I don't know if you guys also think about stuff like this. If you guys like ever have any topics that you would like me to talk about, share my thoughts, or to engage with in the comments, I would love to hear what you have to say or what you would like to hear talked about or spoken about or discussed. You know, definitely give me stuff to work with. But yeah, so yeah, give me your thoughts on selfish knitting. I think I do have one more thing that I want to talk about, and that is I'll be posting this March 13th, so we're a little less than halfway through March, or not March 13th, March 14th, but still a little bit halfway through March, a little bit less than halfway through March, Lord. And I think that for the month of April, I would like to dedicate that time, in addition to finishing up whatever I'm working on here, I want to dedicate that time to learn a new skill. You know, April is like, it's definitely spring now, so it's a time of new beginnings, you know. So I think I want to learn, I don't know if I want to take that time to learn how to crochet or if I want to learn how to spin, because I want to learn both this year. I'm just not sure which one I'm going to pick, and I have the materials for both. I think I'm leaning more towards crochet, or maybe I'll find time to do both. I've been watching a lot of Cheyenne Barton, who's a YouTuber and artist, and she taught herself how to crochet around Christmas time, I believe, and she's been doing a lot of that. So I've been, you know, sitting down and watching her make little like cup holder, or like not cup coasters, or you know, like face scrubby circles, you know, just like little things that she makes with cotton, and I have some cotton, and I think I want to learn how to do that because well, one, I want to learn a new skill. I've been wanting to learn how to crochet for a while. I've just been telling myself that I don't have the skill because when I knit holding the yarn in my right hand, and I believe in crochet primarily you hold your yarn in the left hand, and that's like throwing me off. But I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try to do it. But yeah, and then same with spinning. I've been wanting to learn how to spin. Phil, my husband, got me a drop spindle and like a pound, which is a lot, a pound of wool, I believe it's merino wool, for Christmas, so I could learn how to spin. So yeah, I don't know if I want to learn how to spin like when it's a little bit colder out, or I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But I think that's what I want to dedicate April to, is to learn a new skill. And I think, I don't know if I want to turn this into a make-along maybe, you know, just, you know, new beginnings make-along or something, and you know, you guys take the time to learn a new skill. So whether that be, you know, a whole other, you know, needlework or fiber arts skill entirely, like maybe if you primarily knit, learning how to crochet, or if you primarily crochet, learning how to knit, or you also learn how to spin, or you learn how to felt, or you decide that you want to take this time to learn a new skill within the skill you already have. Like, for example, if you've been knitting for a while but you never taught yourself how to make socks, or you never learned how to make socks, so you would take the time to learn how to make socks. Or even more specific, if you've been knitting for a long time and you've never worked with cables, like maybe take April to learn how to knit cables. Yeah, I think I'd start, like, do something, like maybe something small, something that can be done in a month. Or maybe we'll take it from, maybe we'll do an April to May sort of thing, you know, a springtime make-along. What do you guys think? Is that something you would be interested in? And yeah, just let me know and I'll come up with a hashtag or something. There could be prizes involved. I feel like that's something small enough that a lot of people could be able to participate in, and it's not as scary as something, you know, in hindsight. As much as I loved the Cozy Acorn make along, or the Cozy Acorn knit along, and I love that I made the pajama cardigan, I understand now that that kind of scared a couple people away because they didn't know, one, how to make a sweater, and the idea of knit or sewing a sweater together was sewing a sweater together was a little anxiety inducing, which I understand. But yeah, maybe we could do something like this. Is that something you would like to do? Something that interests you? Please let me know. And this is something I've been thinking about for a while and just trying to find the right time to do it. But yeah, maybe it could be a springtime. Maybe like the first day of spring, maybe, I don't know when the first day of spring is, maybe the first day of spring to the first day of summer. What do you think? Give me some pointers, some ideas. I would love to hear from you. I think that's all I have for you today. I think that's all I've got. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys like the new setting. Maybe I'll find different places to do my podcast, just to mix it up a little. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. So thank you so much, as always, for coming and spending time with me, getting to know each other, visiting with me. It's always such a fun time chatting with you guys, both, you know, to my phone, but ultimately to you, and then engaging with you in the comment section. And, you know, I'm learning so much from you guys, and I really do appreciate every single one of you and every comment I receive. So love you all dearly. You're a huge part of my life, you know, believe it or not, and you in some weird way give my life and my craft a little bit of purpose. So yeah, you all are super special to me, and every one of you are special. We're doing my little Mr. Rogers thing. You know, you are all special, and you know, no one can tell you otherwise because there's only one you, right? But anyway, so we're gonna end it here. And until next time, stay safe, everybody. Keep on knitting, and I will see you all later.
I just love to take videos of tiny streams. Oh, wait.